If you are a Seventh-day Adventist and you have spare money, please lend it to the Oregon Conference because they need money. Friends, they need money so badly. Let me show you something on your screen. This is their working capital from 2019 to 2024. Just watch what is going on your screens. You notice that they have crossed the red line. Friends, they have crossed the red line into the negatives. Friends, so they need money. They need money so badly. Now, I'm going to break it down so that you can understand why this thing is happening, all right? But before I do that, if this is your first time here, you are welcome to the channel. My name is Lawrence, and what I do here is simple. I share and comment on events that are taking place both within and outside of the SDA church. So if you are interested in knowing what is really taking place, I will encourage you to press on the subscribe button right down there and also hit the notification bell so that you can receive the videos that we publish every single day. Okay, every single day. Now let's get into it. I think about 4 or 5 months ago, I was publishing videos about the Oregon Conference and their financial situation. Okay, now their financial situation actually started from 2019, as I showed you on the chart. You know, they had this kind of downward financial trend. Their finances were just going down until this 2024, friends. And because of the downtrend of their financial situation, friends, they made some major changes. Even this year alone, they made some major changes to help turn their financial crisis or their financial situation. One, they laid off about 30 pastors. Why? Because they were not having money to pay them, so they had to let them go. The second major changes that they made was that they canceled their 2024 camp meeting. So the whole of this year, the Oregon Conference never attended camp meeting because they were not having money. And there were some other major things that they actually made in attempt to change their financial situation. Okay, let me read something here for you right now. Whatever I'm saying right now is found on the website of the Oregon Conference. Yes, it is public on the website of the Oregon Conference. So if you are interested, you can just visit the website of the Oregon Conference and you're going to find everything that I am saying right here there. Okay, so here are some of the major changes that they actually made this year to help solve the financial problem of the conference. 30 reduction of pastoral workforce. You see that? 90% of Oregon Conference churches impacted. Reduced approximately 7 FTEs at the conference office. 3% reduction of subsidy of teacher contracts. Froze compensation for all Oregon Conference employees. So these were some of the major changes that were made at the Oregon Conference to help solve the problem, the financial problem of the conference. Now, what actually caused the financial crisis of the Oregon Conference? That is the question we all are asking. What actually caused the financial crisis of the Oregon Conference? Where was the financial advisor of the conference? Where was the vice president for finance? Where was the president? Where was the secretary? Where were the leaders of the Oregon Conference at that time? Where were they? What caused it? And when you read what was published on the website of the Oregon Conference, it appears that the returns of tithes, friends, actually decreased. And at the same time, friends, the conference increased expenses. And this is something that I really don't understand. Yes, this is something that I really don't understand. So, as I showed you earlier, when you look at the working capital, you would find that the trend actually kept decreasing. The trend kept decreasing from 2019. And friends, at the same time, they were increasing expenses. This does not really sound well to me, because friends, I don't understand. What was the financial advisor doing in the conference? The vice president for finance, what was he doing in the conference? Even businesses, friends, when they notice that their revenue kind of is decreasing, they try to also decrease their expenses. So look at this on your screens right now. Look at this on your screen. The blue part showed the decrease in revenue of the conference, and I don't know what this color is. This bar you see right here shows the increase in expenses of the conference. Why would a conference that is not getting enough revenue still increase expenses? So this showed that their financial decisions and other things were very poor, and now it is impacting the conference and the churches. I actually think right now that the executives, the leaders of that conference, the Oregon conference, they should resign. Yes, they should resign, because they have actually failed the conference. They have failed God. They have failed the church. And I understand that Pastor Dan Leonard, who was the president, has resigned. I understand. That is a good thing that he has done. That is very good. But what about the head of finance at that conference? What about the other leaders of that conference, of the Oregon conference? Are they still there in office? If they are still there, they should also resign, because the conference is now borrowing. The conference is now borrowing. So, was it kind of mismanagement or what? God's money. And I see this to be kind of failure. Yes, the truth must be told. The truth must be told. So if there is any other person who is still working in the conference, who was part of the failure, financial failure of the conference, and is still working there, should also resign, especially the financial advisor of the conference, especially the vice president for finance of the conference, especially the secretary, executive secretary of the conference. Those big leaders of the Oregon conference, all of them must resign. How can a business increase expenses even though revenue coming into the business is very low or going down? It does not happen anywhere. So if they have been able to do this to cause the conference into financial crisis, then those leaders must resign. That is my position. And I'm going to search. If I find out that they are still working, I will come back and make another video. You need to resign, friends. You need to resign. You need to resign, because this has impacted the conference. It has impacted the churches. It has impacted God's work. Friends, we need money in these end times to finish the work. And by God's grace, God is providing all the resources. God is providing the money. God is providing everything that we need to complete His work. He's providing it. But some of the leaders are mismanaging God's resources, provided to the church to complete his work. And I see this as one of the ways of the devil to stop the work of God. Yes, I see it as one of the ways the devil is using. So if you go to some of the conferences, you see real mismanagement of finance, mismanagement of money, which in turn impact the work. Like, when I actually saw this, I was kind of like, what is going on? What is going on? Now the Oregon Conference is getting into negatives. And when you read what they published on their website, they are now borrowing. They are now borrowing from NPUC. A conference now borrowing. Friends, let me pause here. Let me pause here because this is getting too serious. Like, I don't know. Let me pause here.